Hi, everybody. I'm Kim. Welcome to the Regretful Yarn Addict. And to all my new subscribers, hi. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. And if you haven't yet, please do. So today is Wednesday, September something, 11th? Oh my, September 11th. All right, so let's take a minute to just remember everyone we lost on that day. And yeah, let's do that. Alrighty. So it's Wednesday wrap up, number, I think, 79. All right, so I've been a little busy. Um, it doesn't seem like I'm looking at what I've made and it's like, I didn't make that much. But I've been busy. So I don't even know where to start. Let's start with the bats. All right, now I want to make more of these because I absolutely love these little critters. And I do remember they sold pretty good last year. So this is the first one. Has his little legs and his wings. Ooh. Ah. You guys, we're going to pretend that he's supposed to be looking off. He's kind of looking off in the distance, probably looking for some bugs to eat. Because I have a really hard time holding the heads on right. I will hold it like so while I'm sewing it on. I will even pin it in place and it looks right, but then as soon as I start sewing, it turns. So I think by the last one, I realized if I turn it a little that way, when I sew and it starts to turn that way, it'll go straight. But there's one. Here's another one that's really looking off to the side, but oh well. Never mind. You don't look at the back of it, you just look at the front. So we have that one. And then I have this one. See, this one's kind of looking straight. Kind of. But you guys, look. You've got 2 ears to make, a head, 4 wings, because you have the colored wing and then the black wing. And you make 1 leg, and then you start the second leg, and then you sew them, you crochet them together. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces to sew together on these little buggers. But I like making them. I think they're adorable. So I have my bats. Bat. Bat. If you watch What We Do in the Shadows, you know what that means. Bat. I think that's a funny show. All right, so what else have I been doing? Well, I did a stitch tutorial that's coming out this Saturday for the single crochet cluster stitch. So I made a, dishcloth, a dishcloth to go with it. Then Rose, my girl Rose at Rose Likes Crochet, who is always linked in the description below, has asked people to make a blanket, the blanket part for the loveys. And I jumped right on it because I like making these. So my Abba dibby dibby dibab. I do know how to speak English. It is my first language. It is my only language. So my animal is a gray dog. So let me get it the way it's supposed to go. Made this. And I did follow Z's pattern. Zelda NRJ3, who has a tutorial for how to make these using the rubber band, the hairband. And yeah, and then I just did little picots around the edge. So this will go in, I don't have a little animal to show you. But anyway, you put this over the head of the stuffed animal, and then this is the lovey part of it. So I did that. That took a whole whopping 15 or 20 minutes. All right. And then, you know, I got a couple yarn hauls in over the weekend, and I had to make a special order to get my red yarn. And then after I did this, I got one side of the cardigan mostly done. And I've got the other side started. But what I discovered after I decided what my pattern was going to be for this, it was like maybe I could have gotten away with just the one skein of Victoria red I had over there. But here we go. This is so I got that part of it done, and I'm going to wait till I get it together before I finish off the sleeves and everything. And this is how far I am on the other side. And for those that don't know, it's a hexi cardi, and this is what it looks like when you're working on it. You have 6 sides, and then you just fold it, and you sew up the top of the sleeve, and then you make some extra rows on the back. I usually do 4 on each side, and then you sew the 2 pieces together, and then you finish off your sleeves how you're going to finish them, and then you put your border around, and they don't take much time at all. And I would have been a lot further on that one, but I had stuff I was doing yesterday that wasn't crochet. So that looks like it's about it. I will definitely have this done unless something happens between now and then. This sweater will be done by next week. I'll be able to show it on next week. Even though it's not due, and I've said this several times, until October 11th is when she needs it. But I'm the kind of person who, when I need to do something, when I know I have to have something done, I do it as soon as possible. I get it done so that I know it's done, and I can get on with my life. Where I'm not like, oh my God, I've got to hurry up and get this done. And I'm like that, not just with crochet, but with everything. If I see something that needs to be done, I do it right then so that it's done and it's out of the way and I don't have to deal with it again. Because I would rather get my stuff done early so that I can enjoy later. It's like any chores I have to do, like cutting the grass, cleaning the house, any of that stuff, I like to get up and do it first thing when I get up so that I can have a minute to rest and then I can enjoy the rest of my day. And that, I mean, that's just how I am. I'm not saying, I know most people aren't like that. Not at all. People who live in my house are not like me. They're pretty much the opposite of me. They wait until it's almost too late and then they're like, oh God, I gotta get this done. And then they stress out. Where I'm all about not stressing. And that reminds me, didn't do our cards last week. So let's get some cards going for this week so we know what our advice is. Yeah, as soon as I finished the video last week, I was like, hey, you know what you forgot? Do you know what you forgot? And I was like, yep, I know what I forgot. So what you guys been up to? What have you been doing? The weather here, and you notice I didn't complain about the weather this time because it's been really nice. Oh my God. Until yesterday afternoon, I've had the windows open for, one card just jumped out, the last 3 or 4 days because it was just so nice. Oh, love it. And that's something I really, really like about this house is I can open most of the windows. In my old house, they were old sliders and the windows were coming loose from the frame, and if you didn't lift the window up just right, it would fall out when the first breeze came through. And that was just for the ones that actually would open. So I rarely had windows open at that house. And I don't like that because I like my house to air out. And I just really like having windows open. I like that whole breeze. And anyway, it was nice. But then it started to warm up, so I had to turn the air back on yesterday for a little bit. Well, it's still on, but it's not really running a lot because it's supposed to get back up into the 90s this week. So, all right. So we'll go with that one. And let's see. The first one that I don't know why that says Oren. Maybe I just can't see. First one says, unleash your kindest self. And that should be every day for everybody. And this one I think is supposed to say, keep your heart open, but unless I'm looking at that wrong, it says keep your heart open. I'd rather keep it open. And on the back, it says, release control. I can't do that. I have a very difficult time. So unleash your kind of self, keep your heart open, and release control. So there you go, guys. There you go. That's our advice for the week. So, with that, oh, this is what I wanted to say too. I've already used up one skein of the gray. What is this, light gray? Medium gray. I've used up one skein of the 8-ounce ball of the gray. And yeah, I'm barely into the next one. So, you guys, this yarn is so soft. When you feel it in the ball, you're like, oh, it's okay. Nothing great. It's just yarn. But then when it's worked up, it is so soft. But here's the thing. They're all 4-weight yarns, but the gray and the black are Hirschner's worsted 8, and the red is Big Twist value. The Big Twist value is thicker than these. I mean, you can't really tell looking at it, but when you're working it, and I guess you can kind of tell, this is thicker than these. But it still works. So that's cool. And I'm using a 6.0 is consent. What is it? A J hook. So that's that, you guys. Yeah, that's all I've got. That's all I got, man. That's it. Oh, sorry. That's all. So y'all have a good day, good morning, good evening, whatever, whenever, wherever it is when you're watching. And again, thank you so much for subscribing. Mwah. And later, Gators. Peace out.